The seats, pads, and other upholstered components on a watercraft might be changed or updated with a more current determination of marine upholstery supplies that are available. Numerous places online offer choices to utilize if the blanket on seats and pads needs to be displaced, provided that this ought to be carried out on a pontoon. Then there needs to be an arrangement that can incorporate emulating a set of steps. Any vessel support that's taken off a chair could have staples on the underside. Most of the staples that are accustomed to protect the substance should be removed. This can be a job that may easily be completed with a manual staple remover. Yet another thing to take into account may be the foam is often affixed to the plywood backer. There may also be sewing that is applied to a protected material. One thing to keep in mind when new material is being added to a seat cushion is to have a pattern. The best way to ensure the correct pattern is being used is to use the existing vinyl. Another thing to keep in mind is the condition of the plywood backer. If the backer is still in good shape, then it can be reused to complete the upholstering process for each cushion. New foam may be needed if the vinyl has a tear or leaking has occurred. There are many places foam is available to use when recovering a new boat seat. However, new foam will often be thicker as it has not been used. This means extra material may be needed to cover the seat. If new foam is being added for a standard seat, then make sure it covers the backer. The best thing to do with any old vinyl material is to utilize it as an example for any new padding. One part of the new material will be including a framework. This is carried out by following around the older vinyl using a felt marker or even a fundamental pen. One or more framework layouts could be utilized to verify the whole range of any newer vinyl is no doubt utilized productively. Scissors should be utilized to slice the design for the newest support cover. A scrap little bit of substance should be utilized to try the sewing method for the newest material. That could be the simplest way to be sure the stitching unit will have the ability to execute the required work. One thing to keep in mind is to use any type of industrial sewing machine. A standard consumer sewing machine may not be capable of stitching vinyl. This means a user may run the risk of ruining a machine by trying to stitch up pieces of vinyl. Yet another part of sewing that's vital is to copy the present stitching style. If the stitching model isn't getting used, then utilizing an up-to-date model might be preferred. The single thing that'll be vital following applying most of the marine upholstery supplies is to try see if the match on the plywood and foam is correct.